been a wonderful week so far. I hope that y'all have a blessed week and that the energy has been kind to you. Yes, the energy this week has been very, very interesting. I think very transformative. I haven't really looked at the astrology, but I'm sure the astrology will point to this, right? Because again, as above, so below. So yeah, we're just trying to make it do what it do and make it through. So some housekeeping items. So just as a reminder, that sessions are available for booking. The link is in the bio. So hit that up. Feel free to share it with anyone that you feel would benefit from it. Again, we do soul purpose, soul mission, discovery calls. In addition to that, we also will get information from the divine, from your spirit team, from your angel team or whatever for you, if that's what it comes down to and if that's what you need. We've done about 4 of these so far. The reviews have been great, and I appreciate all those who have taken advantage of the session so far. They've been absolutely transformative and amazing for me, and I would imagine the same for the clients. Not imagine, I know that it's the same for the clients. So if you know someone that could benefit from like tapping in to the information, please do share it. Link in the bio. Tap in. The YouTube is live. It's at Spiritual Gems Pod on YouTube. You should be able to type that in and just pull it up. We got a few episodes out and some more coming your way. So please tap in with that. Like, share, and subscribe for anyone that you think would benefit. Y'all, this has been a very challenging week for, I think, a lot of us. A couple weeks, I should say. But especially for me. I'm not sure how you guys have been feeling these last couple of weeks, but it's been very, very transformative, like I talked about earlier. I've been doing a lot of work on my ego. You know what I'm saying? And so, through these lessons, I'm able to learn and transmute and figure out and heal, which is I'm so appreciative for. And, part of my gift, my job is to help other people push through their problems by solving my own, right? Or their challenges by solving my own. So that's just the vibe. So the topic today is ego entrapment and how to break free. Ego entrapment and how to break free. Now, ego entrapment, I don't think that's really a term. That's just what kind of came to me, right? As I'm like putting together the lessons that I've learned in this week and like understanding more about it. And so I was like, how would I define this? So I did write down a few things, right? So, by feeling triggered and stuck, I knew, because, I've been doing the work, that, this is because of my ego. And it's called ego entrapment. So how I kind of define it is basically when your ego is flared up and it causes you a lot of strife and resistance in your life, right? Your ego will put you in a trap, so to speak, right? It keeps you stuck in cycles. It wants to make you take a step back. It wants you to not do what your divine calling is, right? It creates resistance. It doesn't want you to leave your comfort zone or whatever it is. It's just like, it wants you to be safe and to pursue and to do whatever it is to receive that external validation. So I call it entrapment because a lot of the times we're feeling triggered. We know that we're upset. We know that we're afraid, right? We might be aware of that, or maybe not even fully. We just know that we're feeling, this anxiousness, this anxiety, this sadness, this unwillingness to move forward, this just resistance in general. You know what I mean? And it really can get in the way. So it's crazy because this entrapment, you'll know what you should be doing, right? So you ever get that feeling? It's like, I know I should be doing this, but then that but comes in. Y'all ever felt that way? Immediately when you're triggered, you feel like shutting down, running away. You feel like your obstacles are too difficult to overcome. And so you get a push to do something and then you can't do it because you just feel like, but I don't want to be out of my comfort zone. I want to feel safe, right? And that ego gets you entrapped. And so your ego will default to the thing that makes it feel the most comfortable. Whether that's a toxic relationship, whether that's a a lesser role at a job, right? So you don't want to take on leadership because you're like, oh, I hate having this responsibility, and I'm afraid that I won't be enough, and whatever. It just continues to just hold you back from the things that you need to be doing. You know, and I'm like unpacking my own shit and I'm working through it. And I'm like, yo, like there's just so much resistance. And I know, like my consciousness, my higher self is like, yo, everything is straight. You're doing what you're supposed to do. But my ego is flared up because I don't have the things that I desire, or things aren't going the way that I wanted to go. And I'm just like mad about that shit. I'm annoyed. It makes me want to give up. It makes me want to quit, right? Things aren't going the way that I want it to go, and I want to control it. And it's the ego, it's the inner child, it's the lack of safety that I feel within what's going on. But it's all the egoic perception of what it is, the entrapment. You know what I'm saying? And it's just unfortunate. Have y'all ever felt that way before? Can't be only me. You know what's crazy too? Like your ego will go as far as to take a sign from your spirit team and twist it into fitting a narrative that it wants to fit for you. So your spirit will tell you, like the example we used last week, right? You know, hey, I'm not happy. You're feeling it. I'm not happy at my job, right? Mind you, you get this idea that there's tons of people online making money online from social media, whatever it is. Something in you is like, yo, that would be fire. Like something about that just resonates with me, right? And you're feeling miserable at your job, but you create a page or whatever it is, and you like realizing, or you start watching videos about how to become an influencer, and you're like, yo, like this is a lot of work, fam. Like immediately the resistance starts to kick in, right? You're like, yo, like I don't know how to do this, and I don't know how to create a reel, I don't know how to post online, like where am I get my captions from? Like I see people, they're so good at this and that, and you're not comfortable with it, and you're just like, nah, maybe spirit is telling me to go find another job. But we begin to like let the logical mind come into play, and it starts to walk back the progress. Like your spirit team already put you in this position where you're beginning to hate your job. Like you're feeling uncomfortable there. Like it used to be lit before. Like you used to love your job, your coworkers was fire, but then people started like leaving. And then a new manager comes in and the culture starts to change. And you're like, man, this ain't really hitting no more like it used to hit. Like, I don't know, like I need to switch this up. So maybe I'll just find another company. Like maybe it's just time to move on, right? But you begin to ignore that feeling that spirit told you, put yourself online. Just do it. Just go live. Post some pictures, write a caption, write what comes from the heart. Share your art online. You know, you're an artist, so you're painting and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're painting beautiful paintings, and like people in the world would like love to see and buy your art, but you keep it to yourself. There's a lot of artists who have so much talent, but they don't believe in themselves enough because of the ego, right? The ego be keeping you trapped, fam. And this shit is so deep. This shit is so deep. Yo, that's wild. So basically, in this job example that I'm giving you, so let's say you go and you get this next job. You get there and you're like, dude, this is not resonating with me. I hate this shit even worse. My boss is an a-hole. Like I'm making more money, but like I am absolutely miserable. Like I don't even want to go into the office. As soon as I can take a vacation, I'm out this bitch. As soon as I get a scratchy throat, I'm calling out. Like, nah, I ain't going in that joint. You just looking for any old reasons to not go to work, bro. You just like, bro. And shit in your life is just not lining up. And you're like, yo, like I'm miserable. Like I hate it here. But it's like, yo, what is spirit trying to tell you in this moment? What is spirit trying to show you in this moment? you have this calling and you keep ignoring it. It's your soul talking to you. Your soul will give you the freaking signs, and we just don't listen to them. So every time you don't listen to it, the dial gets cranked up. Right? And you feeling like you in the fire. That's how it is. That's how it is. Right? But you got this new job, so you're thinking to yourself like, oh yeah, this must have been what it is. And you get there and it's like, it ain't what they sold you on. The recruiter kind of like oversold the situation and made it seem like you had, that the benefits were amazing. And you look at it and it's just like, yo, what they're asking me to do is way above my role pay grade. My boss is like always down my throat and is incompetent. You know, your health may be starting to wane because of it. Things are just falling apart in your life left and right. And it's because you're in this ego entrapment, right? Because your ego wants to feel safe, right? The ego wants to feel safe. The ego felt so good that you interviewed well and got that job, right? Like, yes, oh, I'm free. And then you right back in that same fucking cycle, in that same cycle, the same shit over and over and over again. And it just gets worse and worse every time. You know, I was, talking to my lady earlier, and I don't know why this came to me, but it was just like, it's almost like, oh, all right, so your ego is Six Flags, right? Now Disney World, y'all know what Disney World is, right? Y'all have all these parks in one place, right? Disneyland, Disney World. So you got Magic Kingdom, you got Animal Kingdom, you got the water park, Blizzard something, whatever it's called. You got Epcot. You got, what's the joint the adults go to? I forget. You have that. You have all these different parks in this like one spot, right? So walk with me, y'all. I'm getting somewhere, I promise. So let's say your ego is this, or you are this is your inner child, your younger self, right? Let's say you live in Maryland, because that's where I'm at, right? You in Maryland, and Six Flags is right around the corner. You've been to Six Flags all your life. That's your ego stuff, right? You've been there a bunch of times. You like a couple rides in there, like it's comfortable. You know what it's like. You know what your favorite ride is. You know where the spot that got your favorite candied apples and your funnel cakes. And like, yeah, you really rock with it. You've been to it a bunch of times. You good. You might even know someone there that works as Tweety Bird too. So you feel even more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So you there and you kicking it. And your soul, your parents come to you, right? Well, not your parents, but someone offers you the opportunity to go to Disney World, right? But you've never flown before. You've never been out the state. You feel comfortable in Six Flags, right? You at Six Flags. You feel comfortable at Six Flags. Like, you know what's up. You know the rides. You got your favorite rides. You go there all the time. Like, that's straight. But then something just happens, and like Disney World is an opportunity for you, a big opportunity. And you can go there. And you're like, they're pitching you this idea of this place, and it's so massive, and you can go to a different park every day, and this, that, and the other. But you've never flown before, right? So it sounds good to you, right? So you get that epiphany from your download, like, go on social media, open your own business, you know, whatever it is. So you get that inkling to go do something. But then what immediately begins to happen? Your ego begins to start with the entrapment shit. Well, how am I gonna afford to go to Disney? That place sounds expensive. I've never flown before. Like, I saw this movie one time, and like, I saw Snakes on a Plane with Samuel L. Jackson. And I don't know if I want to be on planes, fam. I saw something happen. I saw planes crash in a movie. Con Air. I saw Con Air. That shit was crazy. I'm not trying to, I don't know, man. Like, I could just go right around the corner, hop on this ride. I don't know any rides at Six Flags, but let's call the ride Snake Eyes. I don't fucking know. So I've been on the Incredible Hulk before. Like, that's exhilarating. Like, I'll just stay on that joint. So Spirit is telling me, like, don't worry, we got you on the flight. You don't have to worry about the hotel. Somehow, some way, there's going to be one there for you. And it's like, yo, Spirit's telling you, like, yo, if you go to this place, trust me, we got you. You don't have to worry about paying for the parks. somehow, some way. We can't tell you. We can't tell you how. All we want you to do is follow our directions. And if you follow our directions to the T, we'll get you to Disney World and you'll experience the greatest amusement park experience of your life. But the ego is like, nah, but I'm good. Like, I could just go around the corner. Like, what? I don't want to have to worry about paying for this flight and where I'm going to stay. Like, where is Spirit going to put me? Is they going to put me in like some raggedy ass hotel? Like, I'm not trying to go there on my own. Like, that's what your ego does. It keeps you safe into this comfort zone space and what you think is exhilarating on the Batman ride and the Superman ride, when there is way more things that you can experience in this life and in the world. So yeah, so life is telling you, right? You're getting these downloads at work about, because you're at work and you're not happy, and you're like, yo, but I could be doing this. You have this dream, you have this vision, and it sounds good. It just sounds like fantasy. But the whole time, what you keep doing is you allow your ego to entrap you and keep you stuck at Six Flags all the time, when Disney is available. What's scary is not knowing what you're going to really experience, right? You don't know how you're going to get there, because they're not going to give you the details. They can't, because if they did, you would F it up. You would screw it up, to be honest. You would self-sabotage it because it sounds too scary. Because if I were to tell you you're going on a flight, and to fly, you need to go 35,000 feet in the air, and you're afraid of heights, you're like, 35,000 feet? What? You gotta go 35,000 feet in the air, and you're gonna be flying, and there may be turbulence, maybe a shaky ride here and there, but you'll get there. It might be a little storm when you land, but you're gonna land safely. But you're deathly afraid of flying. I keep going, because what's on the other side of this, when you break out of the ego entrapment, is worth it, I promise you. So here's the thing about the ego, right? The ego / inner child. The reason why it does this to you is because it just really wants validation, right? I realized this today as we're having this discussion. The sole purpose of why, the meaning behind why it keeps you stuck, why it's so hard to leave that relationship, why it's so hard to break out of this cycle of jobs and work, knowing damn well you have a higher calling to do it, why you're not putting yourself out there more. It's because your ego has found safety in certain patterns of external validation, right? The ego finds comfort in these things. So one of the things that came to me, what your spirit team will do, oh my goodness, they're gonna put you in situations, right, to teach you a lesson, right? And what your ego does is it will do anything to try to cling on to something that makes it feel better. And that could be a myriad of things, but generally speaking, it's usually around some types of self-worth and validation, right? So recently, I had to move some stuff out of my storage, kind of like sneaker room situation. And so I'm looking at all these sneakers that I have, right? I was like the snooty dude that would I'm not really a sneakerhead, but I'm like a sneakerhead kind of person. I love sneakers. I love shoes. You know what I'm saying? I used to be big in fashion. It's a part of my creative expression. You know what I'm saying? Like streetwear. You know what I mean? I was into that stuff to a degree. And, I think what we tend to do is we convince ourselves that we're doing things solely for ourselves, right? But when you begin to unpack this shit, I realize that I have all these shoes. I don't even go nowhere like that anymore anyway. One. But two, a lot of why I was doing this Because I would be upset if I don't get like a certain sneaker that I wanted, right? Like, because some of these shoes are hard to get. So when you get them like really fire joints that were hard to get, you feel good about that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing like, if any sneakerheads are in here knows, or anyone that loves anything fashion based, when someone is giving you a compliment about that thing that you love, bruh, that just, you might hide it, but on the inside, your ego is like, yes! Just. Woo! We did it. Meanwhile, on the outside, you're like, oh, I appreciate you, gang. Thank you. Yeah. You know the vibes. You know, you dapping up the homie. So, at times, when you're in this cycle of getting what the ego wants, you're giving what the ego what it wants, especially if you have the resources to do so, right? And a lot of people who are rich and famous, and not even that, people who have maybe less resistance or less money traumas, who don't have issues with buying themselves whatever they want, traveling wherever they want to go, they begin to realize that like, yo, this trip to Cabo ain't really doing it. Like, I done been to this place, I done been to Japan, I done been to Africa. Like, I've done it all. What more is there to do? You know, I have all the bags that I want. I got the Chanel purse, I got the Gucci this, I got the heels, I got the shoes, I got the fits, I got the car, like I bought my house, right? So when you're in these moments, you're realizing, when you're tired of it, that it doesn't fulfill you, which is the point of this anyway, that I'm getting to. Well, I was going to get to, but we'll let the cat out the bag early. You're looking for those things to validate your experience and to make you feel worthy. Because as I was explaining with that sneaker example, but we can put whatever it is that the society puts on a pedestal, right? When you go on vacation, most of the times, this is not for everyone, but this is just for this example. Most of the time, when you're going on vacation, you're recording and taking pictures of shit so you can show people. You're not taking it so you can go back and relive the memory of like, wow, that was a great time. Your ego can't wait to post this shit online so that you can get likes. So that feeling of like somebody being like, yo, sis, yo, that bathing suit that you have on this beach, fire emojis in your pictures and all these likes. You're getting hundreds of likes versus a regular post when you go to dinner. I see a beach and it's just like, oh my God, I've never seen water that clear. And most people haven't, right? Because most people haven't been able to travel like you. See what I'm saying? And we all do it to some degree. Trust me. But a lot of the things that we do are based on external validation. And that's what the ego likes, right? But here's the thing, on a soul level, your soul is like, I want to go to Paris because I want to try the food and I want to see the Eiffel Tower because it's gorgeous. And I want to enjoy the vibes and the culture and go to the Louvre. The Louvre looks like such a beautiful architecture and the art. And you're there for the actual experience. And that's not to say that that's not it for everyone. You're going to have both. But specifically for the ego cannot wait to stunt. Right? Or for me, like that pair of sneakers that everybody couldn't get. Because now it's like, it's exclusive, it's of value, it has it makes me feel more worthy. But let's be honest, anything that validates you from the external perspective is not sustainable. All it will do is keep you stuck in a cycle, and you'll be back to chasing that dopamine flow. So it's the same thing with people in relationships. You talked about situationships. You're tired about, what if you're tired of all that shit? Friendships too. you know damn well, we know damn well our spirit team be talking to us. We get signs and synchronicities, but we refuse to listen to them. Why? Because the ego wants that external validation. It wants safety. It wants comfort in the things that it knows. So to bring it back to the Batman ride example, but I love the Batman ride. But I love Ricky. He cheats on me like once a year, but I love him. I know I should leave him, but Becky got a fatty. She toxic. All she want me for is my money, but man, the feeling when my hands is around. But y'all feel what I'm saying, right? It's about validating the ego. The ego needs external validation. Because Ricky is feeding you lies. Ricky be like, yo, I love you, girl. Like, you know, I would do anything for you, babe. You know, sometimes I mess up, but And that's exactly what you need to hear to get your ass right back. And you next door, y'all bumping in the bed, making it happen. He laying it down. And you right back, yeah, this is where I don't need to leave him. He's human, we make mistakes. Meanwhile, your spirit team is like, yo, you caught this man lying to you. You caught this man cheating on you. You got this man doing this and that and taking. The whole time the signs were there, but your ego continues to keep you trapped. So Ash, when you're in these places where you just feel, or whoever this example is for, you're like in this cycle of like, none of it does it for me anymore. It's because your soul had enough. The soul's been trying to reach you, right? And you're not listening. And each time the people that's come into your life are a little bit worse, right? Things happen, like just your new car just breaks down and it's out of nowhere. You're like, what the fuck? Your battery goes dead, like whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, like, why is this happening to me? That's when the ego gets into victim mode, right? Why is this happening to me? Life is just so and you can't wait. The ego can't wait to find somebody else just as miserable to validate your experience. Meanwhile, it's been your choice the entire time. Spirit's been offering you Disneyland, but you keep going to Six Flags. Y'all feel me? It's just so wild how strong this ego has a hold over us, man. And it's just like we be feeling like shit. And then we're looking at the resistance, and like our ego has this ideal of what things should be and look like. The Six Flags, right? Because like you want an amusement park, amusement parks are lit. It's fun. It's fun there. You have a good time. You get good food. Like, yo, I think about the perfect ride, the perfect Batman ride. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, at Disney, there's a ride way better than Batman. You know what I'm saying? Way better than Batman. Joint got the twisted turns and got you up and down and you're shaking and all that. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you're in a situation, right? You have money, you're living your best life, you're traveling the world. You know, you're an attractive person. You have your choice in suitors and all of that. And you come to a place and you're just unhappy and you're trying to figure out what that is. And of course, your spirit team has been giving you signs along the way, right? But you just feel like something is missing, right? So now when you sit and unpack it, you're like, well, I've done all the things, I've been everywhere, and what else is there for me to do? You know, I do desire love, but like I've been in love before, but for some reason it never is sustainable, it never lasts, right? This whole time, you haven't been truly accountable for your actions and your things, right? Because when a relationship happens, you just move on to another one because it's not hard for you to get somebody, right? You're an attractive person, so, you know, you have a lot of suitors. You know, you don't have to worry about money because you get it and you know how to save and budget or whatever it is. You don't really have like financial trauma. So you're traveling the world doing your thing. You go where you want to go when you want to go type shit. but you just still something is missing. But you just have these inklings or small callings to things of shit that you should be doing. So in areas of love, you notice that there's somebody who came into your life, but you just want to friend zone them because they're safer in the friend zone, right? You guys talk, you guys get along, you have a great relationship, a great friendship, and you're kind of attracted to them, but there's just your ego you don't recognize the fact that your ego is attracted to toxicity, basically, right? It likes that toxic shit because you're toxic yourself, right? Because of deep traumatic wounds that you have from your childhood. Self-love is self-worth, right? Outside of the ego inflated things that the ego gives you is low, right? So when you got your fit on, you feel great, right? You got the Gucci bag, the Gucci purse, whatever it is. But let you stand in the mirror without those things on, and you feel ugly, you feel unattractive, you feel icky. So, you take off all the shit, the layers, the t-shirts, the whatever, you take it off and you're sitting in the home alone without anybody there. And it's just like, yo, you're unhappy. You can't stand to be alone. So you have to have somebody else in your DMs, entertaining you, flirting with you, feeding your ego, telling you you're beautiful. You need that because you don't truly believe that within yourself. Right? That's the inner work. But you see, like, man, listen, spirit will do some shit, you hear me? Spirit will then take, like, this scenario, let's say you have everything, spirit will take everything from you. Spirit will say, like, all right, enough is enough. Yes, you've been running the streets too much. It's like it puts you under punishment, right? We won't really call it, it's not really punishment. It's just helping you to learn something, right? But everything will be stripped away. Let's say you lose your job, you can't find another one because the market is bad or whatever. You're down on your luck, and it seems like everything you try to do is failing. The friends that you thought were your friends, they're gone now because they were really around just because of what you could offer them, and you know what I'm saying? It's to stay in this limited place, but because you're not up no more, they're not really rocking with you, right? Spirit will do things like that to put you in your lowest place, to make you realize one thing, is that even without any of those things, you are beautiful. Even within those things, without all those things, you are loved. Even without those things, you have something to offer to the world. It'll put you down, it'll sit you down to show you. But your ego, when it's sat down, it's so uncomfortable. Your ego loves wins, but it hates losses. We've all lost at some point, yo. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's somebody, as a guy, you holler at a shorty that you really are crushing on, and you're nervous, and you go talk to her, and she says no, and you're like, oh, shit crushes your ego, You went up for that talent show, and you had talent, and you went up to sing, and you got nervous. You're nervous, and you mess up a note, and you're cringing because you're like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing in front of all of these people. Oh, I messed up. I worked so hard to do this shit. Your ego loves to win, though. Yes, I got the job. Yes, I got the guy or the girl. Yes, I got the bag. Yes, I got them exclusive Nikes that no one else has. Yes, I got the car. Yes, I got the house. Let's go. But let you lose some shit. But guess what? Your ego's interpretation of loss is devastating. Like, it's like, it's crushed, right? Because its value is, again, so much based on the feedback system, on the things outside of itself. But if you were to really connect with your inner child and heal those things from your past, you would understand that, yo, I messed up a note, but so do the greatest singers of all time. Do you know that people were saying that, like, do y'all remember when people were saying Mariah Carey can't really sing? Like, what? Because she can't hit those same high notes. She's one of the greatest singers of all time. People will find things to say about anybody. Who gives a fuck about their opinions, okay? What matters is that you are showing up for yourself and you are showing up in true self-love for your art. Be free. You're working on a project and you work really hard on this project in class and you ended up getting like a C and you're like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how? How, Sway? I worked so hard in this. What does that mean? What does their ego interpret it as? Like, I'm not good enough. Because what you have to offer just on a basic level, again, is beautiful. Who you are as a person on a basic level, period, is amazing. There is no one like you in the world. There's no one like me in the world. We are all special individuals. And even though there are many people in the same lanes as us, there's nobody can do it, say it, be it, look it like us. They could try to imitate, but they can't be. And that means that you're special just off of that, just off of being in love with yourself, just showing up in your fullest, vibrant self. That's all Spirit wants you to do. But your ego believes that through programming in this paradigm, you have to fit in and do specific things, right? So you got to get all A's. Because if you don't get an A, then what does that mean? That means that you're dumb. We operate in duality with the ego. So if I didn't win, so then what? What does that mean? I lost. But what does your higher self know? Your higher self, your soul knows that I wasn't a loss. It was a lesson. Because truly there is no such thing as a loss. It's just something to learn from, to get better at, to improve, to change. Because if we weren't offered this contrast, then we would never change. Who wants to stay the same? You as a soul, why would you want to stay the same if you came here for expansion? You came here to be your fullest expression of God. You're an extension of God. That's what Godfidence means to me. Showing up in your fullest expression of self. Knowing who you are on a basic level. Knowing that you are love. You are powerful. You are divine. The clothes that are on you only enhance. You on a basic level are beautiful. The car just enhances. The shoes just enhances. The trips, great experiences for you and your development. We walk in the room with that Godfidence. Hey, damn, I wish I could play that shit right now. Oh my God, we might have to play it at the end. But listen, this is real talk. So yeah, man, we got to stop allowing this ego entrapment to keep us stuck. Solutions, because we don't just talk about problems around here, we give solutions. So one of the solutions, when your ego is thinking Six Flags and your soul is thinking Disney World, how do we get them both to merge and stop being at odds from each other, right? So because they're at odds with each other, which is again a natural thing as we get to know ourselves, there are some ways to help make it easier, right? I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that there's one pill that you can take that's going to snap you out of it. It's going to take time, because imagine how long have you been here? Your ego has been in control since you could probably walk around. You know what I'm saying? I think they say your ego is like really intact by the time you're like 7. So add 7 to whatever age that you are. So 20, 30, 40 years, right? Your ego's been operating a certain way. So do not think that it's just gonna be overnight. But guess what? It does get better. And when your soul shines through, it becomes easier to work through. So Spirit gave me an affirmation that I'm just gonna skip to because I think y'all get the point. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know we want to slap the ego. No, we gotta love on the ego, right? Because it's about integration or dissolving within each other, right? It's not a war. It feels like a war, but it's not that. So what you really got to tell yourself is, of course, all is well and I'm safe. We know this from previous lives. But also, I'm at peace with what my soul desires. I'm in alignment with what my soul desires for me. And you can put that in any variation that you like. I'm at peace with what my soul desires for me. I'm in alignment with what my soul desires for me. That energy, you keep saying that, will stop you from needing to control. That's a simple affirmation when you're beginning to feel resistance. And eventually it seeps into your subconscious and you begin to truly act, believe, move this to be true. So one thing that I didn't get to mention that I planned on, it's all good, to talk about, but I'll try to talk about it real quick. So what we didn't talk about is, because we're in this level of resistance and things aren't working out, we get into the victim mentality thing, right? It's just like, yo, why is shit in my life not going the way it is? Like, why am I tired of everything and everyone? I'm trying to stay in gratitude, but it's just like, I can't. Like, things aren't going the way that I want it to go. I'm being stripped down in this moment. Like the past year or two, like nothing is just not working out. And it's because your spirit team, your soul has had enough of you running amok with your ego. It's time to face the shit. Right? So when it's time to face it and you see that you're trying to force this direction to happen, and it's not working out, you begin to just give in and be in flow, right? You're in your divine feminine energy of receiving. And we're not talking about, masculine and feminine in terms of sex. We're talking about it in terms and scientific sex. We're talking about energy, right? Receiving. When you're in that divine feminine energy and you're in flow, when your spirit team tells you to take action, you take it. Because I'm in complete alignment and peace with what my soul desires for me. So the space that I'm in right now is the space that I'm in right now for a reason. I'm at peace with it. My soul is showing me something in this moment. What am I not seeing? Let me take a moment and just receive what's going on. Just sit back and relax. Like, oh shit, I've been trying to get these jobs and it seems like I'm interviewing or they're not choosing I'm super qualified for these positions, but I'm just not getting selected. Why is that? What's my soul telling me? Maybe this isn't a direction that they want me to go in. Maybe that idea that I had to write this song or create a social media platform based on the things of my life that I've learned. I've been through so much trauma in my life. People always tell me like, yo, you should write a book. I've been hearing that shit so much. Maybe it's time for me to write that book and put it out. Y'all feel me? Y'all hear what I'm saying to y'all? I think that's my message for today. So how are you guys feeling after that? Actually, I would love to hear from you. I don't know are we ready to now tackle ego entrapment a little bit better when you recognize that you're feeling resistance and your ego's trying to pull you back? Do you feel a little bit better now about pushing forward anyway? It's a thumbs up. Listen, let's go to Disney. It's lit over there. You know what I'm saying? There's so many parks, so many rides, the food, all that. Weather's nicer most of the time. This is the importance of why we do it. You know what I'm saying? You never know, like, what someone is going through, who you can give a message to that will help via your songs, via putting yourself on social media, via the blog that you want to create, you know, the book that you need to write. Someone in here is supposed to write a book. I think that's why that example came to me. One of y'all have a lot of trauma and is supposed to write a book in here. I don't know who that is. Maybe it's me. I don't know. I don't think it's me. Well, I think I will probably end up writing a book today. I don't know where that came from. But whoever has been prompted to maybe write a book, or someone's been being like, yo, your life has been, or you have such an interesting story to tell. Yeah, it's something like that. All right, so I think we're good, y'all. Listen, thanks so much for pulling up to the live again. It's always a vibe when you guys are with me and I'm with you. The energy in here is absolutely amazing, irreplaceable. It's the vibiest place on the internet, for real. I just really appreciate you guys. I'm wishing you guys and sending you guys all the love for this week. You know, push through and power through those moments, man, when your ego is feeling, you know, inflamed. Like, just talk to yourself, talk to your inner child. Use that affirmation that we gave you, right? I'm at peace with what my soul desires, and I desire what my soul desires, right? Like, I want to be in alignment with what my soul desires, you know, and just allow it to play out. Look around you. What is Spirit trying to tell you? Are the people in your life, do you need to get rid of them? Is there something that you're called to do that you haven't been seeing and you haven't been listening to it? Begin to listen. You can do it. I promise you. I promise you. All right, y'all. Peace. Love y'all.